Hi everyone, I'm Jayne at Rockin' Worms. I want to show you something today that happened to me last night when I was working on my breeder bin reset. Basically, my worms pitched a hissy fit. They threw a tantrum. They let me know that they were not happy with me. So let me show you what that looks like and I'll explain to you what's going on. Okay. This is a new breeder bin, not the one I was working on last night, but I'm doing the same process in resetting my breeder bins. Okay, this is 500 breeders. These are all adult worms. And what I want to show you is, see this bubbling down here? That is their defense mechanism, actually. What the worms do is when they're not happy, when they feel attacked or uncomfortable, they excrete these bubbles. And the bubbles contain a fetid smell to them. That's actually why these worms' Latin name is Esenia Fatita. The Fatita means fetid odor in this case. And what it's supposed to do, its purpose is to, drive away any predators because, if they're in the wild, it's predators and, not you and me. But this is what they're doing here. It does not harm the worms. It is not, making them sick or ill. It is really very much like a 2-year-old throwing a tantrum, and after they calm down, life goes on and it's like it never happened. All right. You're going to get the same type of result often when you do a light migration. Okay. And that's where you take your worms that are in a bunch of bedding and you slowly take the bedding away, and that compacts the worms into a smaller and smaller space. So they're all jumbled up together. They don't like that very much. And they'll start doing this bubbling, which is a get away from me signal. So let's see if we can have it happen again. This is 300 worms. Again, all breeders from my breeder bin. So it does take a few minutes. So if you want to see that happen, you're just going to have to, bear with it for a few minutes. All right. So while they're doing their thing, let me show you a couple worms just for interest, some additional things to look at. See this worm over here? Can you get in there closer? I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it looks like you can. Can you see the segments on it? Yeah, there, that's perfect. These are clearly tiger worms. The Esenia fatitas, also called tiger worms in a lot of parts of the world. There are other worms in here that are 100% within the Esenia family, which are Andraes or Hortensias. They are also, like I said, in the Esenia family, but they're not the same as the Fatitas. They have the bulgy clitellums, they have the yellow tails, but like this one here, maybe, you can see there's not that stripy look. So this is either a Andrae or a Hortensia. Honestly, I don't know which it is, okay? But again, since they're all the same species, they look very similar and they live very happily together. Let's go back over to the first pile of worms that I showed you and see how the bubbling is happening. Let me see if I can brush off just a little bit of the top. See, you can see it over on this end as well, that bubbling. So anyways, it's just pretty cool, I think. I haven't seen it a lot in my worm bin management techniques because I don't do the light migration anymore. I did it a couple times in the beginning, but it takes a lot of time and it is stressful to your worms. That's why they bubble. And then I've moved to, using the sifters to gather up the worms and then move them by small handfuls into the new bedding. So they go from one bedding to the other bedding very quickly and they don't get stressed. But this time I'm moving them by larger amount because I'm counting them, and also with my bedding being as moist as it is, I can't sift it out as quickly. So it's just easier to pick them directly out of the moist bedding, put them into a holding container so I can count, and then move them en masse to their new home for the next 3 weeks. All right. Anyways, that's what I wanted to show you. If you have any questions about what they're doing, why they're doing it, how you can manage that, which is basically you can't. I mean, it's their natural response. But if you've also seen these things in your worm bins, please comment below and tell me how it went for you. All right? So I hope you're having a good day. I am yours in the dirt, Jayne.